Joining me now to give us exclusive reaction is House Intel Chair Devin Nunes. Congressman, this is what we've all been waiting for. On this matter, on the Hillary email matter, your initial reaction?
The first thing I can think of is there was information that we got today at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, that actually Chairman Gowdy had to call and tell me what it was, text messages that we had been asking for since late last year. Now, these are text messages that clearly were pertinent to our investigation into FISA abuse and the Russia investigation, whether or not there was collusion. These are emails or text messages that somebody held from us. So every day that goes by, there is a new example of obstruction of a congressional investigation.
So I want to read to you an exchange between Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, the star-crossed lovers. She basically said, she was, we're worried. Donald Trump's not going to get elected, right? And he answers, basically, don't worry, we'll stop it. No, we'll stop it.
Right.
What does that tell you?
Well. What's
the
worse,
lead investigator.
That's
the lead investigator.
Okay, he was the lead investigator on the Clinton email case. He's the lead investigator that starts off the counterintelligence investigation using our intelligence agencies to go after and target the Trump campaign. This is the guy who leads that off. But worse than all that, and I just want to repeat what I said in the opening, why wasn't that given to Congress? Why did I find out about that today at noon? I mean, this is a classic case of obstruction. But then the question is, who's going to go investigate these guys? I mean, we're going to come out, we're going to be very transparent with the American people. We're ultimately going to get all the documents that we want. And ultimately, this is all going to spill out. And then people are going to ask, well, what are you going to do? Who's going to get busted? Who's going to go to jail?
So Lisa Page's text was released before, but the Strzok, don't worry, we'll stop it. No, we'll stop it.
Right.
That came today.
And how could that have possibly been redacted? And that's the problem. They keep blacking things out across the board, not giving us documents that at the end of the day always end up being very pertinent to our investigation.
The IG wrote the following in one part of the report. Under these circumstances, we did not have confidence that Strzok's decision to prioritize the Russia investigation over the following up on the mid-year related investigative lead discovered on the Wiener laptop was free from bias. So the IG cannot confidently state that decision was not free from bias. But they're all dining out on the fact on the left, well, there was no political bias on the part of Comey that was found. So they're trying to really downplay it.
Yeah, and let me tell you what we know about that at the time. So we actually had, and I've never actually said this before, because we had whistleblowers, but we couldn't really use the information, but now that it's in the IG report, we can. We had whistleblowers that came to us in late September of 2016 who talked to us about this laptop sitting up in New York that had additional emails on it. I mean, the House Intelligence Committee, we had that, but we couldn't do anything with it.
When was that again?
In 2016.
What, do you know when exactly?
I think it was late September.
Okay, so ultimately, they didn't move on this until late October.
So good FBI agents brought this to our attention, but what could we do with it?
Well, there's another exchange I want to bring to your attention.
Because you know why? I say that because it was all classified. And this is the game that Comey and company have been playing, is they hide behind this top
classification.
Secret,
can't talk about it. Well, they all thought Hillary was going to win. And rocking the boat was tough. He made a decision to go after that laptop because he thought, oh, if someone finds out about it, they're going to think the whole election was illegitimate. Mm-hmm. And then they quickly dispensed with it. Nothing here to worry about.
And you know what? That's true. But also what's true is that I think the same people in charge today still believe they can run the clock out. And they're trying to run the clock out for the rest of this Congress so we can't finish our investigations.
Are there still people in the FBI today who believe they operate by a different set of rules?
At the top. At the top, I think that is still true. I mean, we heard some great words today from Christopher Wray, the new director. But I will tell you, it's a little bit frustrating because we've had these very conversations with him many months ago where we said, look, you're not responsible for any of this. You need to clean this up, and we'll support you in cleaning this up. But yet, here it is. Today, we get this text message at noon today, one that's absolutely pertinent to our investigation. Now, maybe they have a good excuse for it, but the problem with it is if they didn't give it to us, it's a problem. But if they didn't know about it, it's an even bigger problem because who was obstructing the investigation?
All right, there's some other things we got to get to. There's another exchange. FBI attorney sent number 2. They don't identify who this is, and I think it's important to know who this is. For some reason, we can't get the person's name. FBI attorney number 2 sent an instant message to FBI attorney number 1, commenting on the amount of money the subject of an FBI investigation had been paid while working on the Trump campaign. Someone they were looking at, how much they get paid. FBI attorney 1 says, "Is it making you rethink your commitment to the Trump administration?" FBI attorney number 2 says, "Hell no, vive la résistance."
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful.
I mean, the resistance to Trump winning is apparently, I mean, for all we know, still working at the FBI. And they're blowing this off on other networks saying this isn't important?
Well, now there's 5. I think there's 5 now. The IG report, I think, and I have to get through it all, but there's 5 people who have been kicked off the campaign, right? So if there's 5 people who have been kicked off the campaign, or I mean, off the Mueller team, how is it possible that if you look at the rest of the people that are there, I mean, they were all Clinton donors. So, I don't know how this is going to end up fairly. I don't know where this is going.
Should we learn the names of these attorneys who are sending these messages? We're part of the resistance?
I don't know why. Unless they're an undercover agent.
An attorney. They're identified as attorneys.
Then it should not be classified name, no. Unless they're working undercover, then it should not be classified.
We also have.
This is the type of stuff that always happens.
So now I know how you feel because I feel like it's happening to the whole country now. So there was another issue involving the employees, FBI employees, at every level of the organization. This is from the report. With no official reason to be in contact with the media, who were nevertheless in frequent contact with reporters. The large number of FBI employees who were in contact with journalists during this time period impacted our ability to identify the sources of leaks. We also found out, of course, they were getting benefits from journalists, getting perks, getting tickets, getting meals.
They've been leaking like crazy. But the problem with it is the IG report discovered that this happened a couple years ago. But don't forget the leak that just occurred last week, where at midnight the Department of Justice sends out this that Devin Nunes and Paul Ryan had a chance to read documents and they didn't read them. I mean, remember that? That was a leak in the middle of the night, a midnight kind of press release, so that we would wake up in the morning and have to answer all this new narrative that they're creating that Republicans ask for documents and don't read them. I mean, this is what we're dealing with. So it's not as if the leaks have actually stopped. Now they're just doing it. It's the FBI people that were leaking. Now it's just like at the top level of the Department of Justice that's leaking.
There was a few people in the media today, more than a few, downplaying all of this. I want to play for you a little short montage. Let's watch.
I expected a sledgehammer. We just got the same kind of hammer you used to nail in a painting on the wall. I was surprised at how mild it was.
If you look at this assault on the FBI that has taken place over the last year and a half, that has been the clarion call of some of the opposition, saying that these are crooks, they're corrupt, they tried to throw an election. This report does not say that.
Congressman.
Well, if you look at the one gentleman on there, I mean, that's a guy that's one of Comey's buddies. He was working at the FBI. I mean, look, this is a lot of these agencies, or a lot of the other networks have just hired all these former FBI and DOJ and Clinton people and Obama people. I mean, that's just what this is.
Yeah, Josh Campbell, old buddy of Comey's. So nothing there to see. This is all good. Congressman, you still have a lot more to get to with the Russia investigation, and you'll still be going after these documents.
We're almost there. We're almost there. But there's a reason why they've been hiding these documents for 2 months.
And this report
it's probably
confirms.
very similar to what you found in the IG report.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming in tonight.
Anytime. Thank you.